So I'm going to be doing like it's a series, but I'm going to be reading from Ecclesiastes, which is the book of one of the books that Solomon wrote. And as somebody whose number one spiritual gift is wisdom, I resonate the most with like discussions of wisdoms. So I'm going to be going over scriptures that like stood out to me that I just got something from, and then I'm gonna read it and then kind of explain it, my perspective, and just kind of bring up, like it's just gonna be like a discussion. And this is something that obviously is also not just discussion for me, but for everyone. So if somebody gets something that I don't mention in this video, and even if I do mention it, just whatever you want. If you wanna say something, comment, talk to each other, do whatever. But I'm gonna go in order of the scriptures that I found, and if there's scriptures that somebody else found that they would like me to go over, I can cover that as well. But actually, there's another one in one. But yeah, so I'm going to. Actually, there's a lot. Let's just read the entire chapter. How about that? So Ecclesiastes chapter 1. This is the King James Version. The words of the preacher Solomon, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. Vanity of vanities, says the preacher. Vanity of vanities, all is vanity. What profit has a man all his labor which he takes under the sun, which takes means does? One generation passes away and another generation comes, but the earth abides forever. The sun also arises, and the sun goes down in haste to its place where it arose. The wind goes toward the south, and turns about to the north. It rolls about continually, and the wind returns again according to its currents. All the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. To the place from where the rivers come, there they return again. All things are full of labor. Man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. The thing that has been, it is that which shall be done, and that which is done is that which shall be done. The thing that has been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It has been already of old time which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come, with those that shall come after. If the preacher was king over Israel and Jerusalem, I the preacher was king over Israel and Jerusalem, Israel in Jerusalem, and I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. This sore travail has God given to the sons of man to be exercised therewith. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. I communed with my own heart, and saying, Lo, I am come to great estate, and have gotten more wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yea, my heart had great experience of wisdom and knowledge, and I gave my heart to know wisdom, and to know madness and folly. I perceive that this also is vexation of spirit. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increases knowledge increases sorrow. So the scripture that I wrote down for this chapter that that really not resonated, but I just got something on was it's 15. Yeah, 115. And that which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. People, we try to fix people, but there are some people that are crooked. There's a difference between being unaware, being cold is reference. Because, scripture says that if you are hot or cold, it is better to be hot or cold than to be lukewarm. For if you're lukewarm, I will spit you out. Let's just replace crooked with lukewarm. That which is lukewarm cannot be made straight. That which is wanting cannot be numbered. If somebody is lukewarm, they know, like they know to a degree that there is, it's not righteous. The way they're living isn't righteous. They're just doing things the way they are because whatever reason they have. But whatever reason it is, they're lukewarm at the end. And we cannot make people that are lukewarm all of a sudden be hot or cold. Like we can't do that. It's not our duty number one, but like even more importantly, we can't even do it anyways. Our goal is to love on people and to just be there for them and do what we can to help guide them to God, because God is the one who does, he really does the fixing and all that. And also it says that which is wanting cannot be numbered. This is even more important to me. And that which is wanting cannot be numbered. That it will, which I guess in Hebrew, wanting means lacking. So that which is lacking cannot be numbered. And I mean, to me, that just kind of talks about towards the part of people where it's never enough. No matter how much they do or how much they chase, whatever, how much they obtain, it doesn't, it never satisfies them. And because to me, nothing can satisfy you except God. But it's more important to realize that it cannot be numbered. Like it really can be. Like there are people who, billionaires, billionaires, they have enough money that they literally could not spend it all even if they wanted to. But they still want more. They still want more. They still want more. It's not numbered. It's not numbered because it is not the money that they're chasing. It is the feeling of validation, the feeling of like dopamine that they get from obtaining money. That's what they're chasing. They're chasing that fleeting pleasure. That's why it cannot be numbered, because ultimately you're chasing something that really you can't find that it'll last. It won't last. And also at the end, I don't know, I'm surprised I didn't put this down, but I am. I'm going to put this in my notes. And that is 17 and 18. And I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceive that this is also a vexation of spirit. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increases knowledge increases sorrow. There's a lot to be said about this. But to get this wrapped up for y'all, to me, it really resonates the most, because whenever I went through my darkest, deepest time, I was already becoming aware of things in the world. I was starting to realize how pointless everything really was. And because of that, it just made it so much worse, because I didn't have God. I had wisdom, but not God. And it says here, I gave my heart to know wisdom, not to know God, to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. And I perceive that this is also a vexation of spirit. It's vain. Chasing wisdom is vain, because without God, I mean, it is suffering. You will suffer because you ultimately have to, you not have to, but ultimately you learn the truth that everything is vain. It's all pointless. Without God, all is meaningless. And that is a very, very important truth to accept. But even more than accept, you have to understand it too. You have to understand the why, the how, the when, all of that. And so I hope that this series will give you helpful insights and just be a blessing to you, because I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm probably gonna come back to this later on and talk even more about it. I might end up talking more. I'm probably gonna talk more tomorrow about this, but I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, y'all just be blessed. Have a blessed week, blessed month. Just be blessed.